Hi there, I'm Theodore Henry, welcoming you to this Monday edition of Jamaica Magazine. Did you hear the good news? The Denby Agricultural Industrial Food Show is back. Yep, the 68th staging will be held from July 30 to August 1 after a 2-year break due to COVID-19. It promises to be a whole lot of fun. There'll be a youth in agriculture village, a children's village, and one catering to health and wellness. The 2022 Farm Queen will be crowned during Denby 68 and a gospel concert will be held. For more information, visit jas.gov.jm. Your Jamaica Magazine program continues with a word of advice, followed by the news.
Concerned about uncollected garbage at home? Do you see garbage piling up on the streets? Then report it. Use the National Solid Waste Management Authority's mobile app to report instances of littering, illegal dumping, and uncollected garbage. From anywhere and at any time, be an environment warden by informing the authority of unsightly solid waste. You will be notified when your report has been received by the NSWMA, as well as when the matter is resolved. Download the app from the iOS or Android app stores by typing in NSWMA. Play your part, as Jamaica's beauty is everybody's duty.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, June 27, 2022. Government's $223 million investment in the development of the Chambers Pen community of Hanover is now ready to break ground. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Minister Desmond McKenzie, signed contracts to commence key infrastructure upgrades last Wednesday. He says Chambers Pen was chosen for the pilot phase of the Rural Development Program based on the results of a study that was done by the Social Development Commission, SDC.
I commissioned the SDC to conduct a study on 6 communities in 6 parishes across the island. And when we got the findings on Chambers Pen, I took the decision that Chambers Pen would be the pilot project in this new trust for urban development and rural development in the ministry.
The project, which is being mobilized by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, includes the electrification of 300 households and implementation of a water supply system. It also includes the renovation of the Chambers Pen Primary School and Community Center, as well as the installation of streetlights. In addition, 4 social housing units will be constructed in the community. Still in Hanover, more than 24 vendors will occupy the newly rebuilt Hopewell Market. The modern facility, which was constructed at a cost of approximately $23 million, was officially opened on Thursday. The rebuilt structure boasts new stalls, fish and meat areas, storage, bathrooms, and other amenities to enhance the experience of vendors and buyers. It will serve a population of 6,000 residents in the community and surrounding areas. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie says the market is just one of several on government's radar.
We built a brand new market in Port Maria at a cost of over $60 million. We built a brand new market in Falmouth, in Trelawney. This market in Hopewell was not renovated. We have built an entirely new market for the vendors and the residents.
The minister says while the process for the Hopewell Market took longer than expected, the work was completed within budget. Community safety and security in and around Lacovia, St. Elizabeth will soon be improved. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang led the recent groundbreaking for the construction of a new state-of-the-art police station in the community. The 2-story structure is being built at a cost of $175 million and will feature domestic violence centers, interview rooms, reception and detention areas, living quarters, laundry area, and canteen. Funding for the building is being provided by the National Housing Trust, and it is expected to be completed by 2024.
We have to provide our police officers with purpose-built stations from which they can function effectively. And when they go to work, they feel they are at a place where they are appreciated and can function efficiently. Well-built, well-organized, managed police station is crucial to part of the law enforcement act, as a part of law enforcement activity.
Government has removed the General Consumption Tax, GCT, on the importation of lithium-ion batteries for solar applications. The Senate is to give final approval of the General Consumption Tax Amendment of Schedule Order 2022 following the lower house's affirmation recently. In addition, the Ministry of Finance has provided a no-objection letter seeking approval for suspension of the Common External Tariff, CET, on 240,000 units of lithium-ion batteries. This is being sought from the CARICOM Council for Trade and Economic Development, COTED, for 2 years, ending December 31, 2023. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the battery's popularity has been growing as an energy storage technology.
As the government seeks to achieve accelerated and aggressive increases in renewable energy penetration, lithium-ion batteries will play a pivotal role in that energy transition. They're also aligned with the policy of promotion of electric vehicles.
And finally, a final-year student from the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts has been awarded the first scholarship of the Cecil Cooper Foundation. The recipient, Maurice Hibbert, was announced as Prime Minister Andrew Holness launched the foundation recently. He will now have the opportunity to finish his degree in the visual arts.
I feel very elated. It's kind of shocking to me that I won, but I guess what I've really come to grips right now is just having confidence in myself. The launch of the scholarship will help a lot of artists in not only getting the recognition, but just finance to even explore their work into greater detail.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says government is considering expanding a program started last year, which provided funding from the national security budget towards teaching classical music to students from downtown Kingston who were a part of the youth orchestra.
I take note of the admonitions made that the government of Jamaica should spend more on art, that the pursuit of art can have positive social impacts.
The inaugural Cecil Cooper Foundation Scholarship Exhibition, which features select works from Cecil's collection, will run until Saturday, July 16, with about 70 pieces on display. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Watch as Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Everald Warmington, shares working targets for the financial year 2022-2023.
Improving connectivity, maintaining water resources, increasing environmental protection, adapting to climate change, establishing residential and commercial spaces.
We are on the path to building resilient, sustainable and adaptable infrastructure for a strong future.
The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation in the 2022-2023 financial year.
It is no secret that investment in physical infrastructure, roads, bridges, ports, schools, health centers, etc., are essential ingredients to the securing Jamaica's long-term economic growth and sustainable development.
And with that in mind, several infrastructure projects will start, continue, or be completed this fiscal year. The state-financed $274.5 million Montego Bay Perimeter Road project will get underway. In tandem with that, $212 million will be spent on roads in and around Montego Bay to provide a temporary bypass to the town centre from Ironshore and Westgate. Preparatory work will take place for the construction of 6 bypass roads across 5 parishes. 3 of the 6 projects under the ministry's $8 billion Special Capital Expenditure Program is also set to begin. Over in St. Mary, the Junction Main Road will be completed. Planning has commenced for the upgrade of 60 kilometers of roadway between St. James and St. Anne to move the road from 2 to 4 lanes. Bridges in St. Thomas, St. Andrew, Clarendon and Portland will get attention. And mitigating works to address stormwater flows on several vulnerable roads will be done. Work will also continue along the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project to include the Maypen to Mandeville leg, Harborview through St. Thomas and into Portland. An agreement has been reached to reforest areas that will be impacted by road construction.
To the people being impacted negatively, I say, your patience, your fortitude, your faith and trust in the government will be rewarded in a tangible way. This government will deliver a once-in-a-generation integrated infrastructure that will deliver safe, reliable, quality roads, potable water supply and sanitation, as well as fiber optic ducts that will enable future development.
The National Water Commission, the NWC, will lead the ministry's charge to increase access to potable water and sanitation services. Several projects are in train for communities in St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, St. Mary, St. Catherine, Kingston, and St. Andrew. And in partnership with the National Works Agency and the National Housing Trust, the NWC will undertake a $1 billion project to upgrade aged residential and commercial infrastructure in Manchester and St. Thomas. On the housing front, the draft National Housing Policy and Implementation Plan is being finalized and will be tabled as a white paper in the House of Representatives. Similar moves are being made with the amendment of the Rent Restriction Act. The Housing Agency of Jamaica has identified several projects to add 14,000 of the 70,000 housing starts promised by the government. Among them, Catherine Estates in St. Catherine, another 550 low-income housing solutions in the Greater Bernard Lodge development, and the acquisition of 68 acres to develop communities in Trelawney. Building and infrastructure works will also begin this financial year on the Rasta City redevelopment plan in Tivoli Gardens. So too will the Canterbury relocation project in St. James and the regularization of households in Sandy Park and Stanville in Kingston, as well as Bottom Pen in St. James. At the same time, the National Squatter Settlement Survey is ongoing, with 83,000 persons found to be living at 269 settlements surveyed across 8 parishes. And even as plans advance to divest the Jamaica Mortgage Bank, the entity is continuing efforts to diversify its offerings to developers. The Urban Development Corporation, the UDC, has thrown its hat into the housing ring with the conceptualization of the mixed-use Caymanas commercial and housing development. The agency will also oversee work on the new Houses of Parliament complex at Hero Circle and the Climate Change Park in Portmore, St. Catherine. The Port Authority of Jamaica will also be undertaking commercial projects in the year. Already, the Portmore Informatics and Kingston Logistics Park development have been completed. The PAJ is also engaged in preliminary works to develop 50 acres of land in Falmouth, Trelawney. And the Development Bank of Jamaica, which is handling the Greater Bernard Lodge development, reports that sales agreements have been signed for the build-out of residential, light industrial, and agricultural blocks.
One of the major areas of focus for the government in this financial year is the declaration of the port of the Pedro Keys and the surrounding waters as protected area under the Act. Work in this area is far advanced and will protect 82,200 hectares of land and sea.
Other environmental protection projects include the Air Quality Monitoring Program, an e-mobility project to transition to electric vehicles, and the development of a master plan for Helsha Beach. Work continues apace on the restoration of mangrove forests along the Palisados Port Royal protected area. Similar works are being conducted across the Rio Minho and Rio Cobre watershed management units, with 427 trees being planted. A new protected areas policy is being targeted for implementation within the year. A watersheds, emissions, and updated climate change policies are also in the works. And amendments are planned for the Forest Act, the Wildlife and Protection Act, and the Natural Resources Conservation Authority (NRCA) Act. At the Forestry Department, over 1 million trees have been planted under the 3 Million Trees in 3 Years initiative. A tree tracking app has been launched, and the entity is benefiting from €16.69 million for the Improved Forest Management for Jamaica program.
This financial year, the Met Service will concentrate on the continued expansion of the surface water observation network with installation of an additional data collection platform, including automatic weather stations and sea level monitoring gauges, as well as testing lightning sensors.
the ministry's focus on climate action financing will continue. Among the programs is the development of Jamaica's long-term emissions reduction and climate resilience development strategy. A national adaptation plan is being prepared, and integrating climate change in local development planning is being piloted across 4 municipal corporations.
Enough things are gone. I urge all of my fellow Jamaicans to seek out the opportunities being provided through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation as we partner with you to build stronger for better.
I've made my tree legacy from the primary level all the way to university. You can get involved too. Plant a tree today and keep climate change away.
Register your alma mater for the Forestry Department's My Tree Legacy promotion and be a part of the preservation of Jamaica land we love. Let us highlight your contribution. Submit videos or pictures of you leaving your mark. Every tree counts. Plant a tree today and keep climate change away.
Today we join the rest of the world in celebration of Micro, Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Day. In support of our entrepreneurs, we share how you can register and regularize your business.
Transformation is about creating a public sector that can adapt to a radically changing environment to meet the needs of the 21st century citizen. And that's exactly what the Public Sector Transformation and Modernization Program, PSTMP, has been doing right here in Jamaica.
The Public Sector Transformation and Modernization Program is a government-wide initiative managed by the Office of the Cabinet. The program encompasses projects which build the capacity of workers and provide support and direction to ministries, departments, and agencies to enable them to deliver the highest quality of services to people who do business with the government of Jamaica.
One service being transformed is the registration of businesses at the Companies Office of Jamaica. In times past, business or company owners had to go through several tedious steps to complete this process.
The customer would come to the company's office to register a business name. Then he or she would have to go to the tax office to get an NIS number. The transaction cost, the travel cost to do that was high. The time to register a business name was high as well.
In 2008, the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries implemented a one-stop shop program. And in 2014, the Business Registration Form, or BRF, was developed.
You complete the business registration form, more popularly known as the super form. You submit it to the company's office, and once you have done that, once the application is approved, then you are not only registered with the company's office, but you're also registered with the Tax Administration Jamaica. So you get a TRN, Taxpayer Registration Number. You're registered with the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, so you get an NIS number, and you are registered to deduct contributions on behalf of your employees for NHT and Hard Trust. So with the introduction of the super form, transaction costs were cut significantly, as well as the time to register. And it was more convenient because you just had to come to the company's office and you'd be registered with all the other business startup agencies.
The BRF has significantly reduced the amount of time to start a business, from 6 to 4 days for a company and 4 to 2 days for a business name. To date, approximately 50,400 business names and 14,000 company names have been registered using the form. But it doesn't stop there. In April 2014, the Public Sector Transformation Modernization Program team started working with the COJ to develop an electronic version of the manual business registration form, the EBRF.
The electronic business registration form is just to allow persons to register their business names from anywhere in the world that they are. So they don't need to come into the company's office. They can stay whether they're at their homes or in their offices, as I said, wherever in the world they are, and register their business names. You can find the EBRF form on our website. The website is www.orcjamaica.com.
All that's needed is reliable internet access, a subscriber account with the COJ, an email address, a scanner for uploading documents, and information to register your business or company name. And for those who may not have access to a computer or internet service, the EBRF will be accessible through kiosks set up in revenue service centers across the island, as well as at the company's office in Kingston.
So the kiosks are really set up to allow persons who do not have internet access otherwise to register their business names online. And they will be using the electronic business registration form that is just an electronic version of the super form. There are 3 kiosks that will be placed at revenue service centers in Montego Bay, in Twickenham Park, and in the Constant Spring tax offices. Those are the first set. There will be other kiosks in the future.
Once you have successfully registered your business or company name on the COJ website, you will get an update within 2 days. A notification will be sent to you via email that the COJ has completed the registration of your company or business name. The email will also include an electronic copy of the certificate of registration. You can then arrange for the registration certificate to be sent to you by courier, or you may pick up the certificate at the company's office.
All children deserve positive parenting. Why not pamper us? Be patient with us. Make time to teach us and, of course, play with us. Celebrate milestones with us and don't forget to be our #1 supporter. Do all these things and practice positive parenting today.
As we look to International Reggae Day on July 1, we pay homage to one of Jamaica's greatest gifts to humanity, reggae.
From deep within the archives, on reels no longer supported by the platforms of a technological modernization in the transmission of sounds and images, comes the story of a people and their relationship with the music they have bred.
Reggae! Reggae music is bass, brother. Yes, sir. Reggae music is roots. Not the dread. Yes, sir. Is our kind of music that, brother? What me say?
If reggae can ever be edged to a set place, then 13 Brentford Road is its home. It was here at Studio One in 1968 that Rocksteady briefly went back 20 years, married the folk rhythms of Mento, and gave birth to reggae.
The new art form experienced its share of birthing pains as the so-called elites of society struggled to accept its revolutionary presence, while those from whose experiences it sprung cleaved onto this evolution in expression.
Reggae music is something that I think most of our people are ashamed of. I don't know why this should be, because it is coming from our roots. So much people are naked like them shame.
I agree. Truly. Sure, them just shame of what truly belongs to them. What me say?
That's what we steal sometimes, do I?
Truly.
Well, I think that the rhythm is very good, and we like it a lot in Jamaica here.
As myself coming from New York, I only thought that I would dig soul music, just, you know, funky music. But as I hear the reggae music, I like it.
I like reggae music very much because, right, it shows a lot of culture, right? It tells from the plantation days, the type of music the people used to sing, right? And it sort of reveal what really was going on in that time, right? Up till now, right?
It's something you can't just sit down and listen to. You have, you get the feeling to move.
Reggae music is our high style music. Same way like soul music belongs to stage, reggae music belongs to Jay. And my favorite artist are Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Probably because it's part of me, you know, and we create it. I don't know, but I think I enjoy playing reggae very much.
I really dig reggae music, but whenever time I hear reggae music, I feel like dancing, you know?
I'm in a dancing mood.
Generations later, and the narrative retains echoes of past sentiments with the addition of new layers.
Reggae change, I can't say like it changed a bit, you know, but still reggae beat. The old one is better, the new one not much to me. I just love the old stuff.
When I'm working, I listen to my music, keep me going, you know.
If me go dance on them music then I'm play, me not really stay there.
It means everything. It's a part of Jamaicans' history, so it defines who we are as Jamaicans.
It means everything. It means love, it means peace, it means understanding.
Reggae is a lifestyle. Reggae is a lifestyle, you know, Jamaican lifestyle. Yeah, even the lifestyle you live, because even they tell you in the farm, you know, you work hard every day, hustle hard every day, and the music says reggae. So, reggae is life, man, you know?
Reggae has become what some prophesied, a few decried, and almost none could truly imagine.
Reggae is no longer seen in the world as alternative music or third world music or new wave music.
It's doing good. I think a lot of guys who make a lot of money from it, but it is good. I think maybe probably next to tourism.
People know Jamaica not only for our sand, sun and beach, but they know us for our music. So when you go abroad and people be like, you're from Jamaica, you know Bob Marley, you know such and such, all because of our music. So reggae is our definition of Jamaica. It is the strongest component in the brand Jamaica construct.
In this, our 60th year of independence, we continue to work at realizing Vision 2030. Of course, that vision for a developed Jamaica can only be realized with citizens who are healthy. As we reignite this nation for greatness, here are some health tips to consider as you go throughout your days. Firstly, consume less salt and sugar. More than the recommended amount of sodium puts you at risk of high blood pressure, which in turn increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. Secondly, avoid the harmful use of alcohol. Drinking alcohol can lead to health problems such as mental and behavioral disorders, including alcohol dependence and non-communicable diseases such as scarring of the liver. Thirdly, drink clean water. This is to avoid waterborne diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, typhoid, and polio. Check with your water providers or water refilling station to ensure that what you're drinking is safe. Fourthly, clean your hands properly. Doing this often can prevent the spread of certain infectious illnesses, such as COVID-19. You should practice washing your hands with soap and water or hand rub made from an alcohol-based product. Let's stay healthy and help make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. And that's it for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. We are available at your convenience online. There's our website, our YouTube page, and our social media pages, and of course our mobile app that's available in your smartphone's app store. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.